Good morning and a warm welcome to everyone joining us on Al-Ameen TV's discussion platform. Today, we delve into a deeply meaningful and socially relevant topic, inclusive education. This concept goes far beyond simply placing children with different abilities in one classroom. It's about nurturing a space where every learner, regardless of their strengths or challenges, is valued, supported, and empowered to grow. Think of a garden where every flower, unique in shape and color, blooms in shared sunlight. That's what inclusive education aspires to be, a place of diversity, belonging, and mutual respect. Let's begin with the concept of inclusive education. Inclusive education is an approach in which children with diverse physical, intellectual, emotional, or social needs learn together in one environment. No child is isolated or taught separately based on their perceived limitations. Instead, the school adapts its teaching methods, learning tools, and physical spaces so that everyone can participate equally. For example, a child with hearing loss might use sign language or subtitles during lessons. A child with dyslexia may be allowed extra time to read or write. A newcomer still learning the language might receive visual aids or peer support. In this way, inclusive education doesn't lower expectations, it broadens the pathways to success, letting every child learn at their pace and in their own way. Now, let's explore the importance of inclusive education. First, it promotes equal opportunity. Every child, regardless of their ability, background, or identity, deserves access to quality education. Inclusion ensures that right is upheld. Second, it builds empathy and social skills. When children grow up with peers who are different from them, they naturally become more accepting, patient, and kind. They learn to help, to listen, and to understand. Third, inclusive classrooms improve learning for all. Techniques like group work, hands-on activities, or visual storytelling help not just students with special needs, but benefit every child in the room. Fourth, it prepares students for real-world diversity. Life outside school is diverse. Why shouldn't classrooms mirror that world? Fifth, inclusive education is not just a philosophy, it's a legal and moral obligation. India's Right to Education Act, along with international conventions, recognize education as a universal right, not a privilege. And finally, it creates lifelong friendships and role models. Students grow up appreciating differences, not fearing them. They carry those values into adulthood, shaping a more inclusive society. As we close, I invite you to reflect on this. Inclusive education is not just about who sits in the classroom, but about how they are treated once they're there. It's about equal dignity, creative flexibility, and genuine participation. Yes, it brings challenges. But with commitment from teachers, support from communities, and thoughtful policy, the dream of inclusive education can become a beautiful, living reality. So let us champion this approach, not just in schools, but in homes, workplaces, and across all walks of life. Thank you for being with us today on Al-Ameen TV. Until next time, let's keep learning together.